as an owner, how do you react when your second best salesperson is not celebrating another's victory? CJ, go ahead and start us off since you were the clear-cut winner last round.
Yeah, you sit down and have a conversation and see where they feel like they're being held back or what they feel like they're missing out on. I think oftentimes people create stories in their head about scenarios or situations that don't have anything to do with actual fact. And I think everything can be solved with conversation. I think you sit down with that person, you have a solid conversation to realign their goals and see what their focus is. And you create a plan to help get them back on track with that and get them towards that. That'd be my answer.
All right. Thoughtful, insightful. Sit them down. Have a deep, meaningful conversation. You know, that's another podcast that we'll go ahead and start with. Steve, what about you?
Just to add a little bit more clarity for those that didn't watch the highlights or see it, right? Like Anthony Davis, so the bench is going crazy, and Anthony Davis is just sitting there, right? I think he had a towel over his head, right? So for the situation here, I think, you know, a lot like what Chris said, we would have to have a sit down and we would have to have a performance improvement plan. Like, look, here's what happened. Here's what we've seen. How do you feel about the situation? What are your thoughts on it? Do you believe it's acceptable? Would you like to change? Would you like to improve? Right? Like, is this something that you want to change? And if not, if you feel like this behavior is acceptable, right? Like every morning huddle, there's the four of us here, and then, you know, Ari just got his pouty face on. Like, we cannot keep this going, right? Like, we would have to have, if you can't change, then it's obviously not a good culture fit, and we will part ways. So we started with a performance improvement plan, but if it doesn't change, we're going to have to release them, you know, back into the economy.
Okay, so we got to send them back to the 9 to 5. Got it.
Into the wild.
Back into the wild. RJ, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, first and foremost, I really appreciate the NBA for giving us so many freaking topics here on Pardon the Disruption. I mean,
we got more coming, RJ. Don't worry.
Prima attitudes are PTD gold. I mean, listen, what he did is unacceptable in my opinion. And it's no wonder why the Lakers are so pathetic. I mean, they're one of the worst teams in the NBA, and they have quite possibly two of the greatest players that will ever play the game on their team as the leaders. And this is where Anthony Davis doesn't understand. I don't know if he's too young or if he's had too much just given to him in his life, but that reaction is pathetic on his part. And it's why their team sucks. It's why on that great night for LeBron James, they lost to the Oklahoma City Thunder. I mean, it's, as an owner, I would sit him down, I would chew his ass, and probably trade him. That would be my response. Because he's toxic, he's cancer. I don't know if there's a team out there that would want him, to be honest with you, after that pathetic performance.
RJ coming with the strong words. I just wanted to let you know there's some breaking news. Aaron is, and I quote, gonna fight you. So I'm just letting you know, be prepared, bro. Like I'm out here, you know, just trying to help you out. That being said, like I don't know, RJ, you make a very valid point there. Leon, what you got, boss?
Steve, I thought the goal of this was to have great dialogue without fighting. Now we got fisticuffs started on the show because of
we got to get more views and downloads and subscriptions.
All right, yeah, do what you got to do, I guess. The right answer is that if you are a mature, smart owner / business owner from a business perspective, then you take this into a one-on-one conversation. To CJ's point, if you are a bad owner, you go out and you overreact, and you go to the media, those type of things. We've seen that with bad ownership in professional sports. Leadership, true leadership, is you have to get to the root of the issue. Like, why is AD over there pouting when his teammate just became the all-time leading scorer? This wasn't just he had the most points in a game this season. This wasn't something arbitrary. This was a massive, massive accomplishment. There's something deeper there that I, as the owner, or I, as the coach in this particular situation, I have to have a one-on-one conversation and really, truly get to the root of the issue. What is causing you to be pouting on the bench while your teammate has just accomplished probably one of the greatest things in NBA history? Like, what's going on there? And I have to know that. that's ultimately what a true leader does.